Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Two Gods Summoned to a Fantasy World by BenGrem1234. Chapter 10. The Vampire's Queen Lilith. Pav, greetings all. My name is Lilith and I am known by all as the Queen of all the vampires. I am a female with pure black hair with an appearance of a teenager and a very pale skin. I am the first vampire to ever been created in this world and the strongest among all the other vampires. My kingdom is located at the southern part next to the Demon Kingdom. I have extended my influence to many human nations around the continent. The only human nation without my influence is the Kingdom of Spades. The reason is because of the deal they made with the Demon King. I digress. Currently, I'm seating at my throne deep in thought. I just received report from my familiar that Yuki Victoria was dead. Yuki was a lesser vampire whose powers and ability are known even to me. She was without a doubt the strongest lesser vampire among the rest. If given another 50 years, she would have been as strong as my elites, or as others call them, elders. So to hear of her death in a human town no less was very shocking for me. I asked my familiar who was responsible for her death. My first suspect was that it was a high demon, and if that was the case, I was willing to go and wipe out all the demons for daring to touch my subordinates. After all, I'm only sparing the demons because of the leader of the evil god Daden, who is a friend to me. My powers has surpassed so many gods except for the gods of creation and destruction and the goddess who stands at the top of all the gods, Miyuki. I don't really know much about the lower gods in Celestia aside from those I mentioned, but I'm confident that I can take them in a fight and win. Back to what was happening, my familiar informed me that the one who killed Yuki is a girl with divine aura surrounding her. In other words, a god. I was shocked because gods are not allowed in the mortal realm. I am an exception because I wasn't created as a god, but rather I became a god when I defeated one and took his powers for my own, which caused my evolution to godhood. So to hear of a god roaming the mortal world without any repercussion was very strange. Is it that the gods in Celestia are not aware of her presence, or is she like me? Either way, I was intrigued and I wanted to see what this god is made of. I activated one of my many vast spells, hyperspace, which allows me to connect with any space in the world while ignoring the laws of time and space. I used my enhanced senses, which allows me to sense anything in the known universe, to locate where a huge consecration of divine magic is on Earth. After I have pinpointed the divine magic, I connected to where it was using hyperspace, which took me a few minutes because of the distance to where I am currently. Once I was connected, I materialized my scythe in my hand. My scythe is the divine scythe Rita, which has the ability to cut through space while ignoring any kind of defense or barrier. I concentrated my mana into my scythe and used it to send a mana-infused slash into the hyperspace. Once I have sent the slash, I used my eyes, which has the power of clairvoyance, to watch the goddess to know if my slash will hit her. With my clairvoyance, I was able to watch the goddess without her being able to see me or perceive me. This is one of the advantages of my clairvoyance eyes. It is not a spell but a passive ability I was created with. With it, I saw the goddess in question with a blue-haired girl and they were kissing each other. I was shocked at first, but I didn't pay it any mind because the blue-haired girl appeared to only be a human without any kind of mana. She was useless to me and my focus was solely on the goddess. I just assumed that the blue-haired girl was one of the many female human sex slaves she has for entertainment, which is why the blue-haired girl was irrelevant to me. I watched as the goddess stood up and looked to where my hyperspace was connected. My hyperspace should not have been visible to anyone, but she was a goddess, so I wasn't that surprised. The goddess materialized a sword in her hand and used it to casually cut through my slash. The shocking thing to me was not that the goddess cut through my slash, but that my slash vanished after she cut it. I began to wonder if she has some kind of space nullification ability imbued into her sword. To my greatest surprise, the goddess did something I did not know or understand because it should be impossible. She was able to somehow connect to my hyperspace, which should be impossible. To connect to a space that was created by someone else requires the one who wants to connect to be on the same level of power or stronger than the one who made the space. Have you understand why it was impossible? I am a being that only the top 5 gods of destruction and 5 gods of creation can defeat. I'm not counting goddess Miyuki because she is in other realm of existence compared to us weakling. For this unknown goddess to be able to connect to my space must mean that she is either on my level or she is stronger than I am, which should not be possible. As shocking as connecting to my space was, there was more to come. The goddess was somehow able to trace the space back to me, which was another shocking thing. It felt like an eye was opened inside where I was. I looked at her with my clairvoyance and saw her watching me. She then said something which I didn't hear, but I was able to read her lips. "I will be coming for you shortly, wait for me, we will settle the score then," is what she said to me. I was smiling after that as my space closed. To think that I, who has been unchallenged for thousands of years, will have someone who wants to face me, and it is a goddess at that. I was deeply smiling and was eager to face her. But first, I will need to welcome her and see if she was worthy to face me. I will have her face my elites before she can face me. If she can overcome them, then I will see her as a worthy adversary and take her seriously. I stood up and made a general call to all my elites. "All of you, my beloved elites, drop whatever you are doing and assemble to my throne room immediately. If I arrive even a second before any of you, then that person will be punished severely by me." I ended the call after that and moved to my throne room. As I arrived at my throne room, I saw 8 people kneeling with their heads bowed down near my throne. 5 of them were female while the other 3 were male. This 8 were my elites, or elders as the lesser vampires refers to them. They were the strongest vampires after me, and their powers could destroy a continent in seconds if they went all out. I walked up to my throne and sat down facing my elites. "My queen and lady, we have come just as you have requested. Please, give us your orders," one of the female elites said to me. Her name is Akano. Akano is a female with white hair who always wears a kind of female military getup and always carries around her sword with her. "I live to see your wish fulfilled, my queen. Request anything you want from me and I will make sure that it comes to pass," another of my female elites said to me. Her name is Hinata. She is a demi-human with black hair and pale skin. She is always quiet and would not speak unless spoken to, though she is a little cocky at times. "I may be busy, but I will always put your need before my own, my queen," a male elite said to me. His name is Yami and he is the most dangerous of all my elites. The reason is because he is the only one with the potential to kill me if the right circumstance was met due to his hacks abilities. He has black hair and a strong presence. Due to his powers, people started call him the end of all as he brings death wherever he went. Though, he is the most loyal to me among all my elites, which is why I am not worried about his powers affecting me. "Is there anyone you want dead, my queen? Ask me and the person will breath their last," another of my female elites said. Her name is She. She is a hot-blooded girl that loves to fight. She has flaming white hair and blazing crimson eyes with one of her eyes covered with an eye patch. She is the strongest among my elites in terms of strength. "I am your shadow, my queen. Wherever you want me to be, I will go without question," another of my female elites said to me. Her name is Kashina. She has bright crimson red hair and a fair skin. She carries with her a sword which earned her the nickname One-Hit Kill because she only needs a single strike to end an opponent. "Is there someone you want me to kill with my magic, my queen? If so, then I have no complaints," one of my male elites said to me. His name is Sanji. He is a boy with black hair who always carries his magic grimoire with him. He is known as the Magic King and his magic is second only to my own. "I know you are my queen and all, but I was like totally busy with shopping, you know. You should really not make things hard for me with your sudden calls," the last of my female elites said to me. Her name is Hayate. She is a fabulous girl who likes fashion so much. She has blonde twintails and wears a red jacket. Unlike my other elites, Hayate has no problem speaking her mind before me. I tend to ignore it because of her unquestionable loyalty to me. As rude as always, Hayate. "Anyway, my queen, I am your knight and my sword is yours to command. Just say the word and I will obey," the last of my male elites said. His name is Kiba. He is a boy with black hair who wears a black getup. He is my right-hand man and he always completes his mission without fail. Among all my elite, he is the fastest. He is even faster than some of the lower gods. I look at all of them still kneeling before me with an unreadable expression. "You may all rise," I said to them. They all rose and looked at me waiting for my orders. It pleased me to see them so obedient and loyal to me. "I called you all back here because we have a crisis approaching us," I told them. The look in my elite's face was that of surprise after I said that. What crisis could warrant your attention, my queen? Akeno asked. I looked at all of them in the face, which unnerved them. A female god is coming here to challenge and vanquish me. She has some companions with her who she must have obviously given her blessings to. Nani? Hayate shouted. So our opponent is a god. This should be very interesting indeed, she said with excitement. I don't see the problem. I can kill this god if you want, my queen, Yami said to me. I don't want you to kill her, Yami. If she fights either of you and proves that she is incompetent, then kill her for wasting our time, I told Yami my mind. As you wish, Yami said to me with a bow. My queen, I thought that gods are not allowed into the mortal realm? Kiba asked me. That also confuses me, my queen. The god Miyuki made a rule that no god is allowed to directly interfere with the mortal realm, didn't she? Kushina asked. You are right in that regard. The gods are not allowed into the mortal realm, so decreed the supreme goddess Miyuki. So my belief is that this is a Rouge goddess who wants to claim the mortal realm for herself. She felt that I would be the only obstacle in her path, which is why she is after my life, I said to them. Like we are going to let this Rouge goddess anywhere near you. Give the word, my queen, and we shall face her. Sanji shouted his opinion to me. Sanji is right. We can't let this unknown goddess to challenge you without facing us, your elites. I would crush her when I see her, she said with pride. Hinata nodded her head in agreement to she. I looked at all of them before I stood up. Then be prepared to welcome our guest in the most fabulous way you can. Be warned that she is still a god, so be careful when facing her. With their current pace, they should be here in a week from now. So you all have time to prepare for their arrival. I said to them all. What about our vampire citizens, my queen? Kiba asked me. And the human slaves, my queen? Hayata also asked. Evacuate them to our underground kingdom that is beneath the demon realm. Use the mass teleportation for the evacuation. As for the human slaves, take a few of them with you as snacks for our citizens and leave the rest. We can easily replace any of them if we want, so don't bother too much with them, I explained to her. As you wish, my queen, both Kiba and Hayate responded to me. It may seem cruel to the humans, but they are nothing more than food to us. I will never bother to worry about my food that I can easily replace if it spoils. Humans are nothing to us vampires, so I don't bother with worrying about them. Do not worry about holding back and use all your powers to crush that goddess and her party. I will fix all damage after the fight is over. I wait to hear the news of all your victory against this goddess. I told all of them. We shall not fail, my queen, they all answered at the same time before vanishing from my throne room. I sat back down in my throne room and smiled. I wonder how you would do, goddess. Maybe after you were beaten, I would take that blue-haired girl with you and fuck her in front of you. I wonder how angry it will make you. I just can't wait to see your expression filled with pain and despair. I said to myself in glee. I just couldn't wait to make an example of that goddess as a warning to all gods who would want to